You're watching TV6 News.
New tonight at 10, protecting your property. If you're among the thousands who will travel for the Christmas holiday, potential burglars could be keeping an eye on your home, and they could be preparing to do something like this. A Davenport home burglarized early Monday morning. Now, experts say burglars often scope out their target home for days and then strike when the homeowners are gone.
We want to make sure you don't fall victim, so we went to an unlikely source. In part one of our TV6 Investigates special report, Predator versus Prey, Chris Carter shows you what burglars are targeting.
As the sun sets over the Quad Cities, prowlers are lurking in the dark, waiting to strike. Predators are looking for the perfect opportunity to find their prey. On a Thursday night in late November, we drove around with Rusty Boruff, executive director of 180. That's a nonprofit focused on helping those dealing with addiction and crisis. He's also a felon convicted of home burglary.
The best time is after Christmas.
Using his experience from 12 years ago when he was last convicted, Rusty showed us what you can do to keep criminals from targeting your home. It all really starts with prevention.
That one's dark, my goodness.
Rusty says good lighting is key, and not just one light shining from the porch or even a window.
This house right on the corner where there's no lights on except the entry light, which tells me that there's no one there.
When Rusty was committing his crimes, lights were a big factor for him.
I'm looking see what cars are home, what lights are on inside. You know, if all your lights are off at 6:30, or if there's just a lot of people will think that because I leave one light on, that's going to scare a burglar. Well, if you leave like the hallway light on, but every other light in the house is off, that tells me that no one is home.
Multiple lights in a home would keep Rusty away. So would a TV that was turned on. Anything that makes it seem like someone is home.
I get it, it's your electricity bill, but it's a lot cheaper than getting your house burglarized.
But it isn't just nightfall that you should be worried about. Most would-be burglars strike during the day. Safewise.org, a website that tracks crime trends and puts out reports, found most burglaries occur between noon and 4, and Rusty would usually target homes with bushes and big fences.
If I just get inside that fence, then no one can see what I'm doing. So, and again, you know, time is your best friend. When you're going in, you might only be in this house for literally 1, 2, 3 minutes.
The type of neighborhood usually doesn't matter to a would-be burglar. Rusty says that he's going after a middle-class area. He says that those areas tend to have a lot of nice things in the homes and less security, and he doesn't care if the neighborhood is dark like this one or well lit. He's more concerned about noises like a barking dog or an alarm system going off when he enters the home.
When you're like trying to rob someone's house, you go into someone's house, and whether it's an alarm going off somewhere or it's a dog, like any type of sound is, you can't concentrate, you lose focus, and you just want to get out of there. It puts you in a rush.
And before Rusty would strike many times, he said he'd knock on the front door of his potential target just to be safe.
They answer, just make up something dumb, say I'm lost, say I'm looking for my friend's house, this is the address, but I don't see his car.
Security systems are a deterrent. A study from alarms.org found homes with a security system are 300% less likely to be burglarized. Only 17% of homes displaying a security system sign are burglarized, and cameras don't keep every thief away.
Like, cameras never scared me, you know, because that's easy. You can put on a mask. I rarely ever went through doors.
Back on the streets, Rusty tells us that while the economic status of a neighborhood doesn't really matter, the type of neighborhood does. He's likely not going to pick an area where the homes are close together, and ones with neighborhood watch programs are definitely off the table.
Those neighbors are looking out for each other, so that, I mean, I usually would stay away from a neighborhood like that.
Rusty is also looking for areas that are highly traveled. He says that he wants an easy getaway if something was to go wrong, and he doesn't want to look suspicious.
There's naturally a lot of traffic, so people don't look at it weird.
The key for Rusty when he was looking for a potential target was to not appear suspicious and find the perfect house, one that is empty.
So no matter how many lights you have on, no matter any security system you have, knowing you're not there is the #1 thing.
The big takeaway from Borough is to make it look like someone is home and do not give criminals the opportunity to strike. Now, there are some things you can do, such as remove the bushes or tall fences around your doors and windows. You don't want to give criminals the cover that they desire. Second, you should also lock all the doors in your home. And the big one, Borough said, do not post anything online about leaving town or going on vacation. That is a dead giveaway to criminals that the home is empty. For TV6 Investigates, I'm Chris Carter, TV6 News.
Now, both Iowa and Illinois rank below the national average for home burglaries, but they do happen. We asked the local police departments for the number of crimes for the past 3 years. In Bettendorf, there were 64 in 2018 and 62 in 2017. And in Rock Island, officers took 104 home burglary calls in 2018 with 114 calls in 2017. We have not heard back from the other departments we reached out to.
On average, home burglary occurs every 23 seconds in the United States. Most happen in the summer months. And Borough told Chris that criminals do not like the snow and the cold. However, he did point out that after Christmas is a good time because of all those new valuables, and he suggests not leaving boxes on the curb when deliveries come. And many burglars head straight for the bedroom rather than carting off TVs or other big bulky electronics. Criminals grabbed anything of value that would fit easily into their pockets. Now, we've placed more information about protecting your home on the TV6 News app. You can find that information right now.
Coming up next.